Oh, let's wait till I. Hey, everybody, it's Steve BAXLEY. We gave Harry the night off. This is the all-new Steve BAXLEY Sports Final, even though half of our new look is not showing. I'll try and fix it, okay? Before we go to our sports, we got very much a almost full load of action and excitement to give you, mainly football. I was, while waiting for the cue to go on the air from the lovely folks over at Sunday Night Football, I went on Han Star's YouTube. It was another edition of Name That Tune, and it came down to Mandy Summers and Deej, two of my very good friends. I got friends in long places, like these guys. And it came down to Mandy and Deej, and there was a little controversy. So I thought before the show, before we officially start the broadcast, I would correct the controversy. So here goes. Now, they have a final thing where they do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs, with the 8-1 being the buzzer. I counted because I went on the thing. Deej, because he had the most points, went first. The first spin was movie themes. It was To Sir with Love. Neither Deej or Mandy Summers got it, so they started off 0-0. Mandy's spin came up. It was American Fair. It was Earth Angel. Deej got it. Mandy didn't. It was 1-0 Deej. The third spin went to Country, and none of them got that one, which was There's No Getting Over Me. The fourth spin was Mandy got the fourth spin, which was TikTok. She got that correct. We then went to the fifth spin, which was Rock. It was Deej's spin, and none of them got that one. The sixth spin was Mandy's, and it was TV show themes. She got that, Full House. We then went to the seventh spin, which was Rock. Let's see. Mandy, sixth spin was Mandy. The seventh spin was Deej's, and that was Rock. And that was Somebody to Love. Deej got that. And that meant Deej and Mandy 2-2 tie. So it came down to the eighth spin, which was bringing back the buzzer and the wheel. And it was Country. Mandy got that. It was, of course, Country Roads, Take Me Home, or Take Me Home, Country Roads, to the place I was born, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, Country Roads. So, to end the controversy, Mandy won it anyways. She won it 3-2 with the eighth, the eighth spin, which was with the buzzer. She buzzed in first. So there we go. And that ends that. So congratulations to Mandy. I don't believe they... Anyway, I like Name That Tune. I will tell you this. I like that. I like Hanstar's games. Every Sunday he does little game things. I like it. Name That Tune. I got to hear Mandy sing, and if you've never heard Mandy Summers sing, she sings like an angel. Anyway, so Mandy, if you're watching this, first of all, thank you very much. Secondly, me being the independent arbiter that I am, I went to I did what most referees would do. I went to the videotape. I lifted the hood and I watched the tape, and there is no controversy. So if I can do it the way referees do it, upon further review, the decision stands. Mandy Summers wins. 3-2. Okay, now that we've ended that, and my cat meows congratulations, let's go to the sports. We got an hour. We're going to do it. By the way, I hope you like where the microphone is placed. Now it's like a real radio station. Almost. Still got to clean up the damn spare room. Anyway, let's get you the Sunday night football fiesta here. Boutro. And it was an exciting Sunday night game. So let's get to football. Then we'll go to the headlines and some goofy ass predictions for Turkey Day. So let's do this. Okay, our Sunday night get together begins with the Houston Texans beating the New England Patriots 27-20. Newton for the Patriots, 365 yards, 1 touchdown. Harris, 11 rushing attempts, 43 yards, 1 touchdown. Boyd was the word, 6 receptions, 132 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Texans, Watson, 344 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 6 rushing attempts for 36 yards and a touchdown. Cooks was really a chef. 4 receptions, 85 yards. Final score, once again, Texans 27, Patriots 20. We'll have more on it on our Monday night quarterback. New Orleans Saints demolished the Falcons, and they might have just eliminated them from playoff contention, but you never know with these new rules. Saints 24, Falcons 9. For the Falcons, Matt Ryan, a disgusting 232 yards. Gurley, 8 rushing attempts for 29 yards. Ridley, 5 receptions, 90 yards. For the Saints, Hill, in place of a very injured, very wounded Drew Brees, 233 yards. He also had 10 rushing attempts, 51 yards, 2 touchdowns. Thomas, 9 receptions, 104 yards. Saints 24, Falcons 9. In overtime, the Titans demolished the Ravens 30-24. 10 Hill, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns. Henry, 28 rushing attempts for 133 yards and a touchdown. Davis, 5 receptions, 113 yards. For the Ravens, Jackson, 186 yards and a touchdown. Dobbins, 15 rushing attempts for 70 yards and a touchdown. Andrews, 5 receptions, 96 yards and a touchdown. Washington defeated the Cincinnati Bengals by a score of 20-9. Burrow, who got injured, and Burrow, 203 yards, 1 touchdown. He had to be taken off the game because he broke a leg. We will tell you more about that in a moment, or on Monday. Perrine had 5 rushing attempts for 19 yards. Boyd had 9 receptions, 85 yards. For Washington, Smith, 166 yards and a touchdown. Gibson, 16 rushing attempts, 94 yards and a touchdown. McLaurin, 5 receptions, 84 yards. Final score, once again, Washington 20, Bengals 9. The Steelers, they have got to have the most out of this world lucky charm in more ways than one. There you go. I'll give you some right there. 27-3 was the final score over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Roethlisberger passed for 267 yards, 2 touchdowns. Connor, 13 rushing attempts, 89 yards. Johnson, 12 receptions, 111 yards. For the Jaguars, Luton, 151 yards. Robinson, 17 attempts, 73 yards. Chark, 4 receptions, 41 yards. Why did we report this? because we are duty bound to do that. Panthers demolished the Lions in a shutout of embarrassing proportions, 20-0. How embarrassing was the game? Teddy Bridgewater, the Carolina Panthers quarterback, wasn't even in the game. And the Panthers just smothered on both sides of the field, offense and defense. They just smothered the Lions. And here's their stat. Stafford, 178 yards. Peterson, 7 rushing attempts for 18 yards. Hawkinson, 4 receptions, 68 yards. That is not a good Lions team. That is a failure. Panthers, Walker, the quarterback who sat in for Bridgewater, passed for 258 yards, a touchdown. Davis, 19 rushing attempts, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. Moore, 7 receptions, 127 yards. We keep going. Browns, 22, Eagles, 17. The losing continues for Philadelphia. Wentz had 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sanders, 16 rushing attempts, 66 yards. Goddard, 5 receptions, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Browns, Mayfield, 204 yards. Chubb, 20 yards, 20 attempts, 114 yards. Hodge, 3 receptions, 71 yards. Final score. Yep, that would be the final score there, Uno, 22-17. Broncos massacred the Dolphins. Oh, is the people for the ethical treatment of animals very angry at this. 2013 is the final score. I don't hear laughter. But then again, that was a bad joke. Thank you. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 117 yards. Ahmed, 12 rushing attempts, 43 yards. Parker, 6 receptions, 61 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Broncos, Locke was indeed a lock. 270 yards. Gordon, 15 rushing attempts, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. Patrick, 5 receptions, 119 yards. We keep going. Los Angeles Chargers. This is going to be a trivia question. Who was the team that brought the Jets to their knees and eliminated them from the playoffs? The Los Angeles Chargers. They beat the woesome Jets 34-28. The Jets are 0-10. They are 7 games away from bumping the Cleveland Browns off the Tower of Tepidity. They will have not won a single game. For the Jets, Flacco, 205 yards passing, 2 yards. Gore, the team is a Gore. 15 rushing attempts, 61 yards and a touchdown. Mims, 3 receptions, 71 yards. For the Chargers, Herbert, 366 yards, 3 touchdowns. Balaj, 16 rushing attempts, 44 yards. Allen, 16 receptions, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. Cowboys beat the Vikings 31-28. They came back good and strong and then gave the Vikings the last couple of minute whipping. Dalton for the Cowboys, 203 yards, 3 touchdowns. Elliott, 21 rushing attempts, 103 yards. Cooper, 6 receptions, 81 yards. For the Vikings, Kirk Cousins, 314 on the yards, 3 touchdowns. Cook, 27 attempts, 115 yards, 1 touchdown. Thielen, 8 receptions, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Final score, and trust me, this was a pretty good and decent game. It was. Colts over the unfortunately for the Packers, they weren't in it on overtime. Colts over the Packers 34-31. Rodgers, 311 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jones, 10 rushing attempts, 41 yards, 1 touchdown. Adams, 7 receptions, 106 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Colts, Rivers, 288 yards, 3 touchdowns. Taylor, 22 rushing attempts for 90 yards. Pittman, 3 receptions, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. On the Sunday night get-together was Kansas City over the Raiders, 35-31. Very close game. Mahomes, 348 yards, 2 touchdowns. Edwards-Helaire, 14 attempts, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kelsey, 8 receptions, 127 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Raiders, Carr, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jacobs, 17 rushing attempts, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Aguilar, 6 receptions, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. That is your Sunday night review. The Monday night game, don't forget, that's coming up tomorrow. It will be a very wild game indeed. The Raiders against Tommy, as the rabbi calls him, Tommy Buccaneer. And you don't want to miss that. That'll be on Monday night, 8:15 ESPN. We'll get to the NFL grades and everything else. Let's take you now to some headlines. And the Lakers, did we do this yesterday, guys? I just want to know. Nope, this is new? Okay, thank you. Marc Gasol will sign with the Los Angeles Lakers, according to ESPN's NBA lordship, Sir Adrian Wojnarowski and Zach Lowe. The deal will last 2 seasons, and to facilitate Gasol's presence, the Lakers will trade JaVale McGee to the Cleveland Cavaliers, according to Wojnarowski. The Lakers will receive Jordan Bell and Alfonso McKinney in that deal, but both have waivable, non-guaranteed deals. Gasol will presumably slot into McGee's role as the starting center in Los Angeles. He should provide a meaningful upgrade in that role, considering how well his skill set fits alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Now, spacing was a serious problem in the starting 5 last season, largely because of McGee. Gasol shot 38.5% from behind the arc last season. He is a stellar defender, and while he slipped a bit with age, that is largely related to mobility. Davis can cover him on that front. Gasol's passing will mesh very well with James, who loves players with high basketball IQs. Gasol was drafted by the Lakers in 2007. He never played a game in the purple and gold, though, because he was dealt to Memphis in exchange for his brother Pau Gasol to the Lakers. Lakers could technically bring Pau back this season on a minimal deal, an idea he has expressed interest in. Pau won 2 championships in Los Angeles. Mark, on a 2-year deal, will hope to replicate that feat. Now, the Raptors, meanwhile, have lost both of their top big men from last season to Los Angeles. Serge Ibaka is signing with the Clippers. Gasol, now a Laker. Toronto has stopped some of the bleeding by signing Aaron Baines, the best remaining big man on the market, to a 2-year deal. But their status as number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference is in serious jeopardy. Their loss is the Lakers' game. With Gasol in place alongside fellow offseason additions Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, and Wesley Matthews Jr., the Lakers will enter the season as heavy favorites to defend their championship. And we all know how good that can be, don't we? By the way, we're going to 145 for those of you interested in knowledge. Yesterday, we saw Michigan beat Maryland in 3 overtimes. And, that was a little bizarro incred. No, wrong one. Okay, thank you. Okay, John Harbaugh. We had the wrong one. We told you that the Ravens and the Titans had a little altercation. And John Harbaugh wasn't exactly happy. He dominated the headlines before and after the Ravens' overtime loss to the visiting Titans on Sunday. Now, before the game, Harbaugh engaged in a verbal altercation with Titans cornerback Malcolm Butler. After the game, there were questions regarding whether or not Harbaugh shook hands with with Tennessee Titans head coach Mike Vrabel. Vrabel, whose team is now 2-0 against the Ravens in the calendar year after they upset Baltimore in the divisional round of last year's playoffs, dismissed any notion of a possible rift between himself and Harbaugh, whose team fell to 6-4 and in 3rd place in the AFC North. Vrabel was also asked if Harbaugh declined to shake his hand. Vrabel, of course, has a lot of respect for John Harbaugh, and they did shake hands. And Harbaugh echoed what Vrabel said during his post-game presser. Now, while both coaches downplayed what transpired before and after the game, there's no denying that the Ravens are a frustrated team after dropping their second straight game in 4 weeks. During Sunday's loss to the Titans, the Ravens were outrushed 173-129 as Henry gashed Baltimore to the tune of 133 yards on 29 carries. That included the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Lamar Jackson, the reigning league MVP, failed to throw 100 yards for the 6th time in 10 games this season. Jackson, who on Sunday failed to complete 60% of his passes, didn't complete a single pass to Marquise Brown, the team's first-round pick in last year's draft. And while tight end Mark Andrews caught 5 passes for 96 yards and a touchdown, Jackson completed just 10 for 76 yards to his receivers. The Titans, meanwhile, if we can get everything all straight. Hi, sweetheart. How's my little baby? No, you're not going outside. You're an indoor cat. So just calm it down. Now, the Titans, meanwhile, had little issue moving the ball through the air against the Ravens defense. Ryan Tannehill completed 22 passes, including 2 touchdowns, as Tennessee offense piled up 26 first downs and 423 total yards. Now, the Ravens are going to have to regroup in a hurry. They're just 4 days away from their Thanksgiving Day showdown in Pittsburgh against the undefeated Steelers. And speaking of turkeys, oh boy. We never do the grades, but if I were a betting man, I have a feeling that Matt Patricia and Bobby Quinn are starting to update their resumes. They may not even get invited to the team Thanksgiving dinner. Let's keep going here. We have a little college football to talk about. No, it's not about Michigan's win. We did that last night. But, wow. Clemson coach Dabo Swinney lit into the Florida State administration on Sunday night, one day following his number 4 Tigers being forced to postpone their game against the Seminoles after the team's medical staffs could not agree on moving forward. At issue was a symptomatic Clemson player whose Friday COVID-19 test came back positive on Saturday morning after he had already traveled with the team to Tallahassee for the game. Sweeney canceled because of COVID. COVID was just an excuse to cancel a game. To be honest with you, I don't think it has anything to do with their players. I have no doubt that their players wanted to play and would have played. Same with the coaches. To me, the Florida State administration forfeited the game, end quote. The revelation of a positive test from within Clemson's traveling party apparently gave Florida State pause about playing the game, even if it was rescheduled to Sunday or Monday. No makeup date has been set as of this time, but Sweeney did not mince words and did not seem too keen on the idea of returning to Tallahassee this season. Sweeney said, quote, Sweeney said, quote, if they want to play Clemson, in my opinion, they need to come to Clemson or they need to pay for all expenses. Other than that, there's no reason for us to play them. We were there, we were ready, and we met the standard. Sources told our friends at CBS Sports on Saturday the player in question tested negative twice during the week. There was no contact tracing needed because that player's roommate was not on the trip. The player was isolated when his positive test was revealed. Something tells me this is not the last we're going to hear of this. It's 9 minutes after 1 o'clock. Welcome, everybody, to the Steve BAXLEY Sports Final. We're going to fix the logo so it can fit the title grade here. Let's go to a little strange injury in the National Football League that we're going to report on. Why? Because we have to. And it happened during the Steelers-Jaguars game. Juju Smith-Schuster sustained an ankle injury during the second half of the Steelers' 27-3 victory over the Jaguars. Smith-Schuster, who celebrated his 24th birthday on Sunday, appeared to sustain the injury after he inadvertently stepped on an official's flag. While he returned to the game after stepping on the flag, Evan Washburn of CBS Sports reported that Smith-Schuster could have returned to the game after hurting his toe if necessary. After the game, Steelers Caddis, along with quarterback Joel Hayden, who returned to Sunday's game after briefly leaving with an apparent injury, should be monitored leading up to Pittsburgh's Turkey Day matchup with the Ravens. On Sunday, Smith-Schuster received his birthday wish of seeing the Steelers improve to 10-0 on the season. While he was used mostly as a decoy against the Jags, Smith-Schuster watched his fellow receiver Deontay Johnson led the Steelers with a career-high 12 receptions for 111 yards. Rookie Chase Claypool also came up with a 31 reception as the Steelers became the 17th team during the Super Bowl era to start 10-0. The unselfishness of Smith-Schuster and Pittsburgh's other receivers was praised by Ben Roethlisberger, their quarterback, after Sunday's game. They really are a selfless group that really believes in each other. They are genuinely happy for each other. They just want to win football games. I'm blessed to have such a fun, skilled group. We got to agree with that. Congratulations. And Smith-Schuster, I hope you feel better before too long. And we told you that the Bengals big man, Joe Burrow, suffered an injury during the game against Washington. Well, the Bengals' worst possible nightmare for the 2020 season might have just happened after quarterback Joe Burrow went down with a serious knee injury in Sunday's matchup with Washington. The number 1 overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft was carted off early in the second half after taking a blow to his left leg. Jason La Canfora, I keep saying NBL. NFL insider for CBS Sports reported that the Bengals fear it's an ACL and MCL injury, but they won't know for sure until his season is over. The rookie quarterback went on his Twitter to say, "See you next year," nearly an hour after suffering the injury. Now, Burrow was ruled out of the game just minutes after suffering that injury. The injury happened with just under 12 minutes left in the third quarter. On the play, Burrow dropped back to pass on a 3rd and 2 play from his own 10-yard line. And just as he finished throwing the ball, a Washington defender fell into his leg. As soon as he took the hit, Burrow immediately grabbed for his left knee and appeared to be in a lot of pain. Replaced by Ryan Finley, who went into a game that the Bengals were leading 9-7 at the time of the injury. As Burrow was being carted off the field, nearly every player on the Bengals bench came out to check on him. Just minutes after carted off the field, the Bengals declared him out for the rest of the game before being knocked out of the game. Burrow completed 22 of 34 for 203 yards and a touchdown. Burrow had been taking big hits all season, but before Sunday, he had managed to get up every single time through the Bengals' first 9 games. Burrow had been a hit a total of 72 times, which was tied with over the past 20 years. A big reason Burrow has taken so many hits is because the Bengals' offensive line has been playing below average football for nearly the entire season. And that is true. In Sunday's game against Washington, big hits continued as Burrow got lit up several times, including one that came from Chase Young in the second quarter. Young was actually one of several Washington players who went over to talk to Burrow before the quarterback left the field. Heath Cummings, the CBS Sports football fantasy analyst, broke down the fantasy ramifications of the injury, which, well, you can check out on the CBSSports.com website. Now, despite the struggles from his offensive line, Burrow had still somehow managed to thrive this year. In 9 full games, he threw for 300 or more yards a total of 5 times, which was tied for the second most in NFL history by a rookie. And that was fun. Well, except for Burrow getting injured. That was not fun. But the game was a delight. Wasn't it, Uno? My cat's meowing like hell. Okay, our final headline comes from the NBA. And this is a doozy of a toozy, folks. And it proves that the NBA is alive and well. The Boston Celtics have secured the best player on their team for the long term. On Sunday, they agreed to a 5-year, $195 million rookie max extension with young star Jason Tatum, according to Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN. The deal, which kicks in after this season, will keep Tatum in Boston until 2026 or at least until 2025. There is a player option for a 5th year, says Wojnarowski. After a bit of an up-and-down start to his career, Tatum took the leap last season and established himself as the main man on the Celtics. He really took off in the second half of the season, was dynamite in the playoffs, where he put up 25.7 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists per game on the Celtics' run to the Eastern Conference Finals. He was always lead to get a max extension, but after a performance like that on the big stage, he essentially had a blank check from Danny Ainge and company. Tatum now joins Kings guard De'Aaron Fox and Jazz guard Donovan Mitchell as members of the 2017 draft class to ink maximum rookie extensions this offseason. With the departures of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford prior to last season, Tatum was forced to take on a much bigger role and showed that he had no problem handling that kind of responsibility. His efficiency actually jumped along with his usage rate, and he became a deadly three-point shooter. In particular, his ability to knock down threes off the dribble on a constant basis. 40.4% of those attempts made him borderline unguardable at times. He still has room to grow and improve with his finishing around the basket. Excuse me. Are you going to bed? I got a show to do. I'm live. Where he misses more easy looks than you would like, and we'll have to see if the playmaking he flashed in the playoffs is real. If it is, Tatum will truly be the full package on the offensive end. And now that Gordon Hayward is gone, the Celtics will look to Tatum even more to carry them on that side of the ball. Uno, you get back here. Okay. An all-star and all-NBA honoree for the first time last season, Tatum is just beginning his star turn, and the Celtics made the smart move to lock him up as quickly as possible. Okay. We are now going to get to the grades. The Week 11 grades. I know we haven't done this since, we've never done this on this broadcast. But for the Turkey Day game, we got to. If the Lions front office was looking for a reason to fire Matt Patricia, and for that matter, Bob Quinn, they might have found one on Sunday in one of the worst performances by any team this season. The Lions looked like, I'm not going to read from script. I'm just going to tell you. If Matt Patricia is going to last the rest of this season, he has to win in Thanksgiving. The team, unfortunately, gave up on him. The Lions just gave up during the team's 20-0 loss to Carolina Panthers. If you're wondering how hot that seat is getting, have you ever, since we're into Thanksgiving season, when you prepare your turkey, and this is for you folks out there that use the oven, not that little turkey roasting thing that you have to have a degree from NASA to use. If you want to know how hot a turkey gets in the oven, it's about 450 to 500 degrees, wouldn't you say? What? When you use the oven to cook a turkey, what is the temperature you put? Matt Patricia right now, it would be a bit hotter than 375. It would be like roasting on 500. In this loss, the offense could move the ball. Now, everybody said the Lions had a chance to win. Why? Because Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback for the Panthers, wasn't playing. He was injured. They brought in a guy from the old XFL named PJ Walker. Lions thought, hey, great, we got this easy. Yeah. And I'm the smartest man in the world. Trust me, I'm not that smart. The mistakes Started early for Detroit, with one of the ugliest ones coming on a shotgun snap from Frank Rangnow to Matthew Stafford in the first quarter. On the play, Ragnow short-hopped the snap, and Stafford, who's been dealing with a sore thumb all week, just couldn't hold on to it. And eventually the Panthers ended up with the ball. If one play epitomized the Lions' day, it was that one. If one play epitomized the Lions' season, you saw it in the first quarter. It's almost a blessing for Stafford that the snap didn't get to him, because anytime the ball ended up in his hands, he was getting massacred. Lions quarterback was sacked 5 times and faced a constant pressure from a Panthers defense that made the Lions offense look like it wasn't even there. It looked like a turnstile at a rock concert where all the tickets were free. Lions could not do anything on offense. They couldn't even do anything on defense. The Carolina Panthers simply bottled them up on both sides. The Lions did not reach the end zone a single time. They only drove inside of Carolina's 30-yard line once. This was a game the Lions had to win, and now it's the turkey game the Lions have to win, if only to save the season and their coaches, and let's face it, the coaching staff, including front office staff's lives. Lions were 4-5 going into Sunday. They even seemed to have an outside shot, but hey, no thank you. Carolina, 20-0 over Detroit. CBSSports.com gave the Lions an F and the Panthers a B+. Let's go. New Orleans, 24-9 over Atlanta. They gave Washington over Cincinnati. They gave the Bengals a C. Eagles an F. The Browns a B. Houston over New England. They gave the Patriots wrong grade. CBS gave them a C. I'm being honest. The Patriots, an E from me, because they stunk it up. Texans, I agree with them. A-. Nice going. Tennessee over Baltimore in overtime. Give the Ravens a D-. Give the Titans an A. Not an A-, A. CBS gave them an A- and gave the Ravens a C. Pittsburgh over Jacksonville. Got to give them an A. Steelers got the A. I agree with CBS on that. Jaguars got a D from CBS. I got to give them an E. Or at least a D-. I'll be kind. Denver over Miami. Denver, the Dolphins. CBS gave them a C-. I'll agree with them on that. Broncos, a C+ from CBS. I give them a B-. Dallas over Minnesota. Give the Cowboys an A. They were too much, and they were hungry. Vikings, CBS gave them a B+. I give them a C-. Vikings just didn't have it with them in the end. Indianapolis over Green Bay. I give Indianapolis Colts got a B+ from CBS. I give them a solid B-. Packers, CBS gave them a kind B. I gave them a C-. LA Chargers over the New York Jets. Chargers, CBS gave them a B. I give them an A-. Jets, CBS again gave them a B. I give them a D-. Being kind. Kansas City Chiefs, B+. I agree. Kansas City Chiefs over Vegas. Chiefs got a B+ from CBS. I will agree on that. Raiders, CBS gave them a B+. I give them a C+. And that is thus for the NFL. Now, let's go to our shout-outs. And then we go to the scoreboard and we say bye-bye. So shout-outs, we're just going to do it short because we are running out of time and we want to get off the air soon. We're going to try to shoot for 1:35. So let's just say to everybody on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, good evening. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And as my joke, traditional Thanksgiving blessing joke, please be kind to us turkeys. We all need love too. Okay, and speaking of turkeys, it's time to gobble. Yep, it's time to put the stuffing in the bird. It's time for the scoreboard. That's right, you heard me. It's time for the scoreboard. And I am going to take a drink here. Oh, one more. Oh, that felt good. You're all probably saying what I think you're thinking. Drinking soda, you're going to give that up? Yes, we're coming to the last few. As part of my renewal, I realize this is going to be the third year I have renewed my New Year's resolution to get down to 250. And I plan on doing it too. I came close. I've fallen off the wagon a little bit. You must admit, we all have fallen off due to the coronavirus and the quarantine or shut or lockdown some of the states have put us in, including mine. But we'll talk more about that very soon. Right now, let's get to the finish here. Oh, we got some good stuff. Let's go to it. In the Premier League, Everton defeated Fulham 3-2. West Ham won. Sheffield United nothing. Arsenal and Leeds ended up in a 0-0 tie. Liverpool beat Leicester 3-0. In this Bundesliga, it was Mainz over Freiburg 1-3. Union Berlin a 2-1 win over Cologne. In Italy, Serie A, Benevento defeated Fiorentina 1-0. Roma 3, Parma 0. Inter 4, Torino 2. Bologna 2-1 winner over Sampdoria. Sassuolo a 2-0 winner over Verona. Udinese a 1-0 winner over Genoa. AC Milan a 3-1 winner over Napoli. In España, in La Liga, Eibar and Getafe tied at 0. Real Sociedad over Cadiz 1-0. Valladolid a 3-1 winner over Granada. And Alaves and Valencia ended in a 2-2 tie. In Italian basketball, Olimpia Milano defeated Venezia 86-72. Cantu, a 101-85 winner over Virtus Roma. Virtus Bologna, a 91-71 winner over Fortitudo Bologna. Varese, a 77-74 winner over Trento. Brindisi, a 74-71 winner over Brescia. And Pesaro, an 84-63 winner over Reggiana. In Espanyol, in Spain, it was Unicaja, 92-90 winner of Estudiantes. Juventud Badalona, a 99-68 winner over Gipuzkoa. Bilbao, a 96-89 winner over Real Betis. Tenerife, a 95-89 winner over Valencia. Barcelona, 97-85 winner over Basket Zaragoza. And Real Madrid over Manresa, 100-78. In hockey in Sweden, Luleå, a 4-1 winner over Farstad BK. In the Czech Republic, it was Karlovy Vary, a 1-0 winner over Plzeň. Vitkovice, 4-2 winner over Mlada Boleslav. Sparta Prague defeated Olomouc 7-1. Liberec over Kesk Budovice 3-2. Obviously, that was after overtime and penalty shots, excuse me. Cometa Brno, a 5-3 winner over Ziln. This one went overtime. Pardubice over Trinec 7-6. And Mountfield over Litvinov 4-1. In Japanese baseball, the playoffs, oh baby, the Fukuoka Silverhawks mollywop the Yomiuri Giants 13-2, 13-15-0 for the Hawks, 2-5-2 for the Giants. Excuse me. Imara for the Giants took the loss. He's 5-3. Ishikawa for the Silverhawks got the win. He's 2-3. And folks, we can safely say without a shadow of a doubt that we is officially done. How done are we, you may ask? We're done. We have hit the tape early, and thus and therefore we say to you and to everybody else here, thank you for joining me. I'm Steve the Baxman BAXLEY. Have a great evening. We'll be back tomorrow night, right after Monday Night Football, with the Monday Night Quarterback and a whole lot more sports. Thank you. And once again, in the game of Name That Tune on Honstar's YouTube page, on YouTube, on Honstar's YouTube channel, Mandy and Dee's on the first round on movie themes didn't get to Sir with Love. Deej on American Fair got Earth Angel. Mandy and Dee's did not get country, which of course was There's No Getting Over Me. Mandy got pop, TikTok, 1-1 Mandy. The fifth spin went to rock, and neither one of them got it. So we move on to the sixth spin, which was TV themes. Mandy spun that one. She got it. It was, of course, themed to Full House or Fuller House, if you prefer the reboot. They went to the seventh spin, which was rock. Somebody to Love. Deej got that. It was 2-2. The eighth spin was now the seventh rock was Mandy's spin. The eighth, the buzzer, so it wasn't either Deej or Mandy's spin, but it came up country. Mandy got it, and she won tonight's Name That Tune. So congratulations, Mandy. Congratulations to all the participants on Honstar's game night tonight. That's it for us. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley, reminding you that I hope your favorite team always becomes a winner. Good night, America, wherever and whomever you are. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the fun people of the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. And for everyone on this little planet of ours, I'm Steve Baxley. Thank you for watching. Good night. God bless. Be well. Blessings. And, of course, excuse me, let's try again. I don't believe I got 4 more days of that to do. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, right after Monday Night Football, right here on youtube.com/Lugnuts and the number 6 to that. So it's youtube.com/Lugnuts6. Thanks everybody. Drive safely on the way home. Tip your waitress on the way out, and have a good night on the West Coast. Have a great morning on the East Coast, and I'll see you tomorrow night. I've already done my thing. Please end it. Get off me. Good night. What a night. Did we press the button? Yes. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.